Hello, welcome back to another Monday. It is time for Star Wars Ashes. I know everyone's all excited for it because, as usual, I'm always the best at cliffhangers, so there's always a reason to show back up the next week. This is episode 12, which I thought I tried to fix. Quality. There we go. Episode 12, don't have a salty title this time. Creativity sometimes disappears. I mean, I was thinking of Liverlex Salt. Start using James Bond ones. That can always work.
The Salty Badge?
Salt Forces.
Okay.
From the Dark Forces series of
Salt
video
Force?
game.
Yeah. Well, put your suggestions in the chat. We'll catalog them and keep it going. But this is episode 12. So to summarize episode 11, the crew continued their or got into the negotiations with Major Sill of the New Republic / Rebels. We'll say New Republic for the sake of it, to keep a clean term, even though it's a very loose New Republic. And he basically, in turn, one by one, gave the floor to people to present what they can do for him and who would be the best to do this. Essentially, taking on a contract for acts of essentially terrorism against the Hutts. So that's really what it is, right? So, sure enough, the Quasar Riders and all their infamy and ragtag glory came up. Oh no, actually, sorry, it was Elsdar was first. He presented. He was the business. It didn't really. It was didn't really quite pan out amazingly. Followed up by the Quasar Riders. They presented stuff. They were very ambitious. They, generally it's loosely ambitious. They presented a decent deal and very bold and whatnot. Then it kind of went down the line, and Kato jumped in at one point, and he presented his stuff, which was part rhetoric and part actual offer, because there was some crews that were just rhetoric, and some interesting newcomers put down a very bold deal that kind of stopped the room and got some silence for a little bit, which was the whole we can hit the Hutt Palace of a name I still keep remembering, the Mahant Hut. That's the part I remember about his name.
Mahant Griselda to Opal.
To Opal. Yeah. So they could hit him. It. I think Huts are
Hermaphroditic.
yeah. They're one basically one gender. So they could hit them. And that was the record screech moment. Everyone kind of like, wait, what? Huh? Did they just say that? And it continued down the line, and no one's really gaining too much favor. It was all represented by Major Sill doing the turn the head and kind of acknowledge, because he was basically a hard ass military type essentially. So all that was there was the Quasar Riders, these Kessel jockeys, which is the one that did this amazing kind of drop the bomb, but the Toopal hit. Kato managed to do enough. He had this. Did he do the speech first? Yeah.
It was the speech first.
Yeah.
Then I've kind of mostly flubbed that with the roll, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It gave me no blue dice for it.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Because I'm a prick. So he got the speech and he got recognition, so he was at least on the table. And then it kind of goes around, bunch of upstarts, none of them can really present, they're just spouting random stuff. And as it gets time for the Black Sun to come up, Kato got presented an offer. One of them was somewhat comical. It was the trying to get Lissy, because there was a group of upstart groups that wanted a hot young Twi'lek, and he was just like, "Fuck off," basically, go away.
She's our hot young Twi'lek.
Yeah, go away. I got plans for my own slave girl. Thank you very much. No, we don't condone slavery. We don't know where that's going. Don't worry about it. The other offer, though, was with the much more serious one, which was you were presented with an offer from the Black Sun to just walk away, don't be competition, don't get in the way, don't potentially screw up what we want, and in exchange, as a partnership, we will give you this new ship, which turned out to be a light cruiser. Yeah, she's not bad looking as a ship. Pretty well statted, although it's much worse on handling compared to their little small compact freighter that they're the Remembrance is. But it would be huge for business opportunities, and that was kind of left with Kato on what he wants to do with that. And he thought about it for a little bit, and eventually said, "Never." That was the message back that you wrote. After everyone took their turns, there was a break, chance for people to mingle, and for the people who didn't get acknowledgement, the four groups that, because there was only four groups that basically got acknowledgement, the rest of the group, all the other groups were told to just go about their way, see you later, no hard feelings, live or let die. So they left, they started filtering out, to which Nard kind of noticed with all the hubbub, as the hallways are filled with commotion and chatter, and he was working on using the base's connection to the holonet to try to determine some information of what Elzdar presented with the whole weaponized special people. And he ended up finding out that the Huts are the forerunners of it in terms of having the resources and stuff to be able to do such a thing, but generally everyone's after the special people. Because they're, without the Empire trying to control them or kill them, they're now, and there's no Jedi Order to pull them in as orphans or at birth, now there's, free reign on them. So everyone's looking at them as assets. He wasn't able to determine if there was any training camps or anything that the Huts were using. He didn't get a roll on that, but he got some pretty good roundabout information, I think. When the meeting came back, it ended up being a bidding war, sort of. It was more of just presenting who could present the best purchase price and a lot of dollars. Quasar Riders came in pretty strong. The Kessel jockeys sort of did an all right bid, but they tried to do this, remind them of what they can hit, and they're really trying to lean on that part of their sales pitch. Kato didn't really have a whole lot. Well, sorry?
I was honest.
You were honest. That's when you kind of realized that that's where the Baggett's offer was not so great. Like, he actually had a decent sales pitch up until the dollar figures. Dollar figures was just like relatively small peanuts.
I should have done more.
So should I, but and then it turns out the Black Sun put in a bid, but their price wasn't higher than the Quasar Riders, but they offered something else. There was a hymn, and Major Sill seemed quite bribed by that, so he was going to go with the Black Sun, and which the Quasar Riders did not like at all. So the Wyos, the Wookiee, smashes his hands on the table, gets up, they all draw their guns, and that's where we left off. So, Mason,
What's up?
you and Lasik get to the ship.
Oh, we do.
You do.
Okay. You're very kind today, sir.
What do you do, if anything? Nard is still there on the ship as well. Making food, I think you were?
No, I packed it all up, and we have already made all the preparations to take off before Mason sprung out of his seat and went to get Lizzie.
Right.
So yeah, Mason gets Lizzie to the ship, opens the door, ushers her on very quickly, tells her to get comfortable. Mason then goes to find Nard.
I'm here.
Says we're prepping for takeoff. We have to leave Kato behind.
Yeah, you told me that before, Mr. Spectre, but why?
Because they're all gonna draw their guns and Kato doesn't want to back out of the deal.
Sure, but okay. Everything's ready to go. Let's go.
It's gonna roll percentile real fast. Don't worry.
Those hidden player rolls, though.
Yeah, 30%, 30% lower. I do something mighty stupid. All right, never mind. We're fine.
Do you think we're gonna be followed? Do you need me on guns?
Yeah, that's good to keep safe. I'd say. Yeah, hop on the guns.
Sure.
And Mason quickly dashes to the cockpit. I'm sure he sees Lyseek on the way there, and as he passes, just basically points at her and he goes, "Seatbelts!" And he just fucking dashes to the cockpit, and he starts firing her up. I mean, it's pretty much ready to go. Nard got that taken care of, but it's just he basically sits down, counts to like 5, just so everybody gets to their position. Probably not enough time, but he hopes it is, and he starts getting her ready to go.
Yeah, I think Lasik ends up using the sitting in like the seat behind yours in the cockpit and like, seat belts into that chair. Because there's an ice machine in the co-pilot spot, so
Yes, there is.
Yeah. All right.
I'm the pilot.
Right.
Our co-pilot decided to go and shoot racers and join a life of crime.
Yeah.
So now I have my co-pilot, Jack, and Jim, and Jameson, and all the J's.
As we're taking off from the gunner seat, can I see other ships taking off?
Yep. There's ships that are leaving, not in a rush. There's no urgency at the moment. There are, but the people, again, all the people who didn't make it to the top 4 are now, sometimes some of them took their time. They didn't rush away or anything. So they're gradually lingering their way to lighting up their engines and getting out of there. Sure.
So remind me how this hangar situation is, because when we take off, do I have to get like permission for the doors to be opened or anything like that? I don't remember.
I think it's because it's like kind of like in the Roll20 picture, which I'll go back to the remind chat. It's like a dome, so I imagine it's just like a force field, like an atmospheric shield on the top part of it, like where the like kind of keystone part of where the dome structure should be, so people can just kind of go up and out pretty freely.
Okay. Yeah. Up and out.
Okay. Kato, what is your initial reaction? The Quasar Riders pull their guns, pointed at Major Sill and some of the other Republic soldiers. The Republic soldiers all point back, and the room just falls like almost instantly silent for a moment before the Wyos seems to take his next step.
Yes, so like Kato's hand's going to go into his jacket, rest on the grip of his holdout blaster. He's going to like slowly rise up out of his seat as well, one hand like braced on the table. Like, what's what I'm looking for here? Damn it. Very much at attention. Very much tensed up.
Okay.
But he's not gonna like say anything right away. Again, like look on his face is completely stern, completely focused.
Right. Okay. The Kessel jockeys, I think, stay put. They kind of look around, do kind of like a situation assessment, and they see like all the guns pointed back and forth, and they're just kind of like they just don't seem to want to draw guns and potentially put eyes on themselves. So they just kind of they're like, it's like a not a startled cat. A startled cat's run. I was gonna say like a startled like wild animal where they just kind of freeze for a moment.
Yeah.
You know, and
they were to the Black Sun, right?
sorry.
Or the that group,
Castle jockeys, yeah.
Castle jockeys. They were right next to the Black Sun. Or were they right next to?
They were a couple seats from the Quasar Riders because it was like, so you
That
had
was it.
Major Sill, then you had the Quasar Riders pretty much front and left of him. 2 seats down was the Kessel jockeys, and then you're like I guess another two spaces, and then the Black Sun's the only one on the right.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
That was kind of the formation. Yeah, so they're doing just the everyone freeze type thing, and Wyos moves forward. You know, he has his weapon drawn, which was for him. Was it a actual blaster? No, Rayos, not Wyos. Rayos is a sword, a vibro sword. The rest of his crew do have weapons, pistols, but he had a blade. So like he turns on the blade and you get that like low pitch like whining sound from the vibro sword, like how because it's has its own little hum sound. And he points it at the major and starts not barking but like screaming angrily in Wookiee at his face basically, and the major just kind of goes, "You really think you're gonna get away with this?" And the Wookiee immediately cuts him off halfway through, yelling at him more. And, there's like kind of like that weird standoff, like a bunch of soldiers point at them. Some of the Quasar Riders are kind of like pointing at them and have like already are kind of in somewhat cover. Because again, it's weird because the Quasar Riders actually kind of have cover being low, even though the Republic has the high ground. Insert Obi-Wan meme here.
They're untouchable.
Right? And yeah, I think a couple of the Quasar Riders, like I think some of the Republic soldiers kind of like move forward, like basically coming down a little bit to try to like get into like better position, and I think that's when some of the Quasar Riders crack some shots and like pluck a couple of them down in the chest as they're like coming down the steps, and so like they get hit in the chest, the Republic so it tumbles and hits into like a console bank or something on one of those like second or third levels down, and a couple more shots ring out from the Republic back, and it kind of gets a little bit of mad. It's like weird control-ish madness at the moment. Like they're like feeling each other out with blaster fire. But as the fire kind of like intensifies and there's a lot of backward and it starts getting more and more hectic, you do see like Rayos and like a few of his group have like grabbed the major and are like moving towards the door. They just like basically like manhandling him and like pushing him out of the gunfight that's now lit up in the meeting room. Bit by bit, not very quickly because they have to move. You know, he's a big guy, and it's still kind of a little back and forth, and they're weaving through fire and going from like cover to cover spots and whatnot. So they're having to kind of carefully make place movement to get to the door. So it's taking some time here, but they're basically trying to abscond with him. Morik's most cherished look, his thought provoked. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Well, Maison, I see the ship of the Quasar Riders down there. Do you think we should cripple it before we leave?
I don't want a meta game.
No, I'm asking you because it's a thing,
I guess we could.
and we don't like those guys.
We don't like those guys. Let me see. Mr. DM, man, I have a question.
Sure.
How many Quasar Rider, I guess, soldiers can we see present in the hangar?
Probably like a third of their numbers, so that would be about 15.
Okay.
A shit ton.
So you did say the number that I was hoping to hear, which was 15 and lower. So, yes, Mason will signal to Nard. If you want to shoot their ship, you go ahead.
Well, we might make some enemies with the base, but I think it might be worth it.
Well, us having enemies isn't exactly new, so might as well. What's one more?
Yeah, sure. They should be unsuspecting as I lock my targeting system on that ship and fire some blast from our one laser cannon. See if it does anything.
And you're shooting at their ship?
Yep. As it's parked and we're flying away.
Yeah, give me a gunnery roll with a blue because they're stationary.
Sure. An extra blue for aiming.
Sure. What's the remembrance's weapons do for damage again?
I should hit it first.
Yeah, but I like the. Oh, 5 and 3. Okay.
Is it 2 purple distance or is it?
We won. You're not far at all. Like this is close range. And there's no engaged range. Wow.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude.
Just advantages, ladies and gentlemen. Just advantages.
How is that even possible?
The system giveth and the system taketh away.
No kidding. What the fuck? I'm going to shoot.
Guess my heart wasn't really in it.
Maybe maybe you're not used to a stationary target, or that weird moment where you're used to predicting movement and aiming like ahead of them. So you do that here, and then it's like, oh wait, they're stationary. So now the shots just actually go ahead of them. What would be the advantage in this? The advantage is you could screw up their formation or their pathing for later if you want, something like that. You know, where you basically just threw shots into the floor. If that's useful, or I'm open to suggestions.
Wow. I know it's kind of weak, but it's a lot of advantage. Maybe nobody saw me shoot at all.
If you want, if you want to be,
Then we don't make enemies with anybody. It's just like,
well, I think it maybe be, yeah, it's sort of that they don't see you. It's just that maybe there was you do it while other ships are taking off and whatnot, and you manage to kind of throw them out discreetly, weapons fire.
Yeah.
And they don't know which ship shot it. So it's like they know ships shot. Like, it's clear. You can't hide the fact that these big bolts just came searing down, but they don't know who's the guilty party.
yeah, because many ships are already leaving. Love it.
Okay. Perfect.
Weapon malfunction.
Trigger finger. Sorry, guys. My bad.
It was those guys, anyways. So don't care.
Yep. So, Kato, do you have an idea of what your next step is?
He's just going to like shout at the Wookiee. Reyes, what do you think you're doing?
And you get a reply in Wookiee that's basically, well, if we can't get the deal, then we're going to get the bounty.
Bounty? Did I know about a bounty?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. What bounty?
And you get a shout back of the Imperials want him.
It's a good thing I'm not there.
Reyes, you can't be serious. You can't trust the Empire to uphold any kind of a deal. Do you not remember what they did to Kashyyyk?
Oh shit! He's dropping bombs now. All right, let's see it. Let's see it roll. What do you think this is? Charm.
It has to be charm, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
yeah.
All right. You get the blue for going deep on Kashyyyk.
What's my target here?
Let's see how stubborn Reyes is.
But Kashyyyk is his home. Or
But-
was his home, maybe.
It could be a big Chundar moment with going on here for those of you who played KOTOR.
I don't know that reference. I can't say.
It's been a long time since I played KOTOR.
I say it looks like it's a two. It looks like it's a 2 red roll. He's able to keep himself pretty collected on average.
Yep, that sounds about right. All right, I think I can beat that. I'm not gonna use a force point here. I've already got my blue die. Here we go.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Some threat though. Nari, can I have one of your advantage?
Doesn't work that way. I should have did the two earlier.
Accurate.
You hit, so that's fine.
Yeah, so yeah, he stops in his step as they're, maneuvering through, because again, you're shouting through blaster fire, back and forth in this room. And yeah, they stop behind where they're like currently kind of on their path to the door. And yeah, I think there's a very convinced like hesitation and kind of pause about it. Like, he's very torn with two motivations. Like you bring up something, so there's definitely like a you hit a personal chord or a species chord with him. But yeah, but it's like he's still in that like passionate moment, so it's like that weird tug of war. I think the threat will be is that you don't get hit, but there are shots that zing like right and around you. Like you barely miss some blaster fire.
Do I have to like is there like a negative effect to that, or is it just like it's things are getting way too close? To I will.
You getting too close to comfort. I think it's kind of if you're not going to take cover, you're probably going to get hit very soon.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, he stops for a moment. You have a moment.
Reyes, I have tried to work with the Empire before. You and I may not see eye to eye. Your boss and I may not see eye to eye. But I can promise you, whatever you think the Empire is going to give to you, it won't be worth it.
He gives a reply of, I've already made deals with them in the past. This is nothing new. Things need to be done for our success. But an angry, screaming Wookiee.
And how much longer do you think you can push that luck before they turn on you? Reyes, think for a moment. It is Empire. Think about everything it has done. Everything it is still doing. That's wonderful here.
I'm thinking it should be well, I don't know. We're still kind of going in the one term. I'm trying to think of when that should run out.
One last thing he adds on here. Reyes, you're already an enemy of the Empire. You just don't know it yet. Don't make yourself an enemy of the Republic as well.
Okay. Let's see another roll. You didn't
You
just.
read again?
Yeah, I was trying to see if it maybe was like negotiation change, but I think it's still charm.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't really changed the. Well, maybe it's a form of leadership I'm pulling here now instead.
Okay. Okay. You're trying to inspire him to do differently. Yeah.
I'm trying to inspire. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That's better. That keeps it. I get the same dice either way, but hey. All right. To red again.
Would it still be against this cool? Yeah, I'll go 2 red. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. No blue, I'm guessing this time.
No, I don't think so. I think the blue fell off. You did good. You came out with it at first. That was a good opener. You got your foot in the door.
Yeah, I didn't expect a second roll, honestly.
Did you succeed?
We haven't rolled yet.
I haven't rolled. Yeah, I haven't rolled yet. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to spend one of our points here.
Oh, you dude, flip it. Flip it.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip on one of our points here.
Flip it good. Da-na-na-na-na.
So it's an upgrade for my light side here.
Yeah.
And this leadership, I said, right?
Sure. Yep.
Oof.
Ooh. Um, I I'm not sure if this will be an advantage for you. Um, but so I'll suggest it more evasively. But so you're not gonna really convince him. He's gonna manage to like shake off your words. But the advantage could be that he takes a hit if you want that.
And they currently have the major already, right?
Yeah, they're like halfway, the 2/3 to the door to start going down the big corridor that links this big room to the hangar big room.
How many are there?
In this room, about the other another third, so about 15.
Oh, God, right.
But there's also a bunch of Republic, and they're shooting back and forth, so it's kind of. Or
instead of him taking a shot, can I get a quick shot off to shoot the door console behind them and close it behind them?
ahead of them.
Like, yeah, ahead of them and close it before they can get through. Lock them in.
Okay.
Like I've caused them just enough pause that I'm able to like take a moment and pow.
Sure.
Just like quick draw it out, fire, and then I guess things are gonna go to hell from there.
Yeah, maybe. So, does Kato have any special way of shooting? Because this is the first time we've seen him shoot a blaster pistol. Does he have any particular style or anything of note about him when he does this compared to when he's? Because we've normally seen him with his shot gloves.
With the shock gloves, yeah. Um. Style of shooting, maybe nothing so special. At least right now, this is like a quick draw, quick aim, fire down range type thing. The pistol itself, though, is Nemoidian in make, notably.
Okay.
That's the only thing unique I can think of at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking just in case. So yeah, you crack the shot. You know, the bolt smashes into the panels. There's the searing sound of metal and sparks and everything, and then the door closes shut. And like the Wookiee just like lets out just like a roar, just straight up frustrated roar. And yeah. Yeah, you managed to contain them for the moment. And I think at this point, I think even the Kessel jockeys probably now like once the door closed, they get they're now in cover from around the table, which isn't the greatest spot. Well, maybe a couple by the table and a couple over by the wall behind them of the well that you're in. And they start basically opening fire now on the Quasar Riders as well, and it's now they've joined the chorus of violence.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the one currently holding the major.
Okay.
Try to get him free.
Sure. Medium range.
Unfortunately, it's a whole lot blaster, so it's a short range. So I'm at a disadvantage. Oh, and I can't even make that shot, can I, in this system?
Can't make the shot. You have to move
Well, I'm
closer.
gonna have to, try and maneuver. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and move my way closer, and that's how much cover is there between me and where he's currently at?
I mean, you probably get a spot behind like a panel or something, like on the next platform up or the next stage up of the room, and then get cover there.
As quickly as possible with an athletics roll.
You want what?
I want to do that as quickly as possible with an athletics roll. Get myself without putting myself in risk.
That's just your maneuver. That's just fine.
Oh, okay. Nothing.
No,
I need to do. Oh.
that would probably be a little too monotonous. That's just your maneuver. You can get in the position.
I'm just trying to shake it up, man.
Sure. No, well, it's good. You were gonna do another roll, but I don't think it adds enough to be worth anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you move forward. You move within short range. You get your cover.
I'm taking the shot.
All right, short range. 1 purple.
I just roll off of the weapon, right?
You still have to set the difficulty at the top, but yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. 1 purple.
Yeah.
No upgrade this time. Want to use a dark side point?
Might as well make it interesting. Sure, why not?
Excellent. I got our point back, gentlemen. I'll upgrade their side.
So it should be just a red that you roll on. Yeah.
Yep, that should be right.
You'll probably succeed, but I'll fish for a despair to make things interesting. No. You do your 6 damage on them. What do these grunts have? Where's roast thugs? There we go. 6. All right, you hit him. Seems like that damage, but you didn't knock him down. He was able to take most of the damage. But you did kind of open up. So you got the benefit of that. What are you thinking for your advantage?
Can the major get himself free with that? Like I've broken the guy's grip on him because you said I also knocked him down.
We'll give him a chance at a roll.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's make it a chance at a roll. Come on, major.
Major Sill.
I have faith. He's a veteran.
Wow. So it's going to be a few of these. He's against the strength of the other people. So gonna be counter 3. And he manages to break free. So he managed to break free, so he probably, like, when the shot lands in the thug's chest, he probably, like, follows it up with an elbow, and, like, breaks the grip and kind of gets, like, a step of distance. I think the threat is, I think the threat is that Rayos, charges you. Out of that threat. But you get to go next. Before I give him an attack on you.
Rayos, I don't want to have to fight you.
Can you calm down a raging Wookiee?
I'm going to try.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess you can try.
You're not going to win this, Rayos. If you give up now, I give you 100k credits.
Oh. Okay, let's see the negotiation then.
I'm missing like 4 red here.
Well, no, it'd be. Well, he's in a rage.
He is. I don't want to spend my light side point here either on this really, really stupid idea. So
Probably have cool abilities for negotiations.
I do. You're. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. Well, let me have another look here.
I guess
Yeah.
cool and adversary now apply. So I guess it would be two reds and a purple.
Oh, really? That's it? Okay. I'm gonna spend another light side point.
Just no, I mean it's there.
This is such a bad idea. That's one upgrade from my side, one red, one purple. Negotiation, and I have that negotiation skill as well. So fingers crossed for a triumph, gentlemen.
Two
Oh,
red, one purple.
Oh, two red, one purple.
yeah,
Yeah, I got that. I
yeah.
got
So yeah, if you get a triumph, you get a lot of couple extra successes. You get some extra oomph.
Oof.
No triumphs.
Well, sure enough, you can't really come and try and do business talks with someone who's in a fit and isn't really liking the way things are going.
Mistakes were made.
The Yeah, I guess the threat is you're gonna lose your cover because he probably like as he's like storming past you, you had what?
Just flips the table up out of the way.
Yeah, pretty much, or like knocks the monitor down or whatever, like probably like one of those like wall monitors and just like smashes it aside basically. So Mason and Nard, I think. Oh, you guys are kind of leaving, so you're on your way out. But I do think you hear, you maybe peer down and look and see, like a bunch of them have bunch of the thugs and stuff have run back towards the like conference room, while others have like started shooting at some of the other upstarts and whatnot. If they're like taking too long to leave, like now it's kind of like clear out, type of thing. So they're starting to like open fire on people and getting things more hectic in the hangar now a little bit as well, putting those people into the crossfires. So you catch a glimpse of that as we'll say you're kind of nearing the top of the dome for your exit.
Maison, it's a shit show down there. You sure we can leave our buddy in that?
Mason looks out the window and sees what's going on. He looks to his right. He reaches into his glob of ice and takes a quick, like, cracks open a bottle of beer. Just like does a quick chug. And he says, prepare to target the thugs on the ground. We're going in." And Mason will return the ship downwards for a strafing run.
Okay.
This is the Mason I know. Try to reconfigure the targeting system not to hit big things, so I get free reign with it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me so it'd be another gunnery roll. I believe it is an increase of difficulty for hitting targets that are silhouette smaller, which would be people compared to a ship.
Yep.
So that should be now 2 purple. And I think that's about it that I can think of.
Yeah, as I said, these are made to hit ships, so I guess targeting computers and such don't help me aim. It's all on me now.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, and the tight corner flying doesn't help either.
I'm not seeing the argument as much.
Let's shoot.
Okay. You sweep through. You unload a spray of fire from, it's like a light laser cannon. And you take probably like a few of them out even. Like you do the whole straight run. Just a couple of them are just knocked out of their cover. Maybe you catch a couple of them on the door towards the corridor. So near there.
Lizzie, try to get our captain on the comms.
You just hear her go, but he's drinking and driving.
Not our captain, not our pilot.
Yeah, but isn't the pilot the captain?
No.
Oh.
You
Oh! Yeah, so you see you're plugging at the controls. Hey! Hey! KO! Hello! Hello, anybody there? Is this thing
Hope that
on?
doesn't deserve you from getting a sword in your face.
So yeah, you got an angry Wookiee like bearing down on you, and your comlink goes off with Lissy and the other side.
I'm probably gonna be here. Like, I'm still trying to shout at Reyes. Reyes, stop! Think about what your boss could do with that kind of money. Brutal! Just shoot him.
Okay. Let's see the shot. Yeah, we'll say
Probably like a black because he's charging and stuff like that, right?
this will probably be the last shot you get before he'll be engaged with you, and then it's gonna have other different penalties.
Yeah. So just one purple?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't roll from the weapon though for some reason. I don't know.
I did it. Why didn't I?
Yeah, I don't know. The rolls up here. So
It's gonna be a difference, right?
6 minus his soak.
Yeah, let me throw it up just so you can yeah. Ah, same thing.
Son of a bitch. He actually got the same exact roll. Is that stream? No, the stream can't see that. There you go. Sorry, stream. There you go. Yeah, that's weird.
Force is with me.
So the shot. Oh, actually, that was. Never mind. I'll make sure to do that for the next roll. But so the shot hits him in the chest, but it looks like he's not really phased by it at all. But you do have 2 advantage. How would you like to spend those?
I'm rolling out of the way, like down to a lower level. Keep distance between me and him if I can.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That makes sense. There's no way I can get up in this setting.
Like up in the air? No, you don't have a jetpack or anything.
Yeah, I was thinking like trying to scale a wall. There's like some dangling cables, something like that. But this place isn't nearly that ramshackle.
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, technically, you could flip a destiny point. You could make that true.
I could make it true, like when he flipped the table. That'd be damn cool, actually. Damn it! I want to use our last destiny point on my bullshit. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, chat. It's so cool to like picture that happening. But the other guys need to have something to roll with here.
Nah.
No? You sure?
I'm a generous god.
Andreas, what do you think? Nard, what do you think?
I don't think we need anything. We have a big ship with guns on it.
Okay. Yeah, so Destiny is spent. When Reyes flipped the table, it literally went right up in the air, crashed with ceiling tiles, and now there's like this cable dangling down that I am now going to grapple onto and attempt to climb up into the ceiling away from him.
Okay, let's see the athletics.
Acrobatics, right? Oh no, just pure athletics. Yeah.
There is no acrobatics. There would be coordination, but I don't think this is because you're pulling your weight up. This is athletics. This is about your brawn and your ability to.
2 purple, 1 purple. I'm having to do it real fast too. A purple and a black maybe.
Purple and a red actually.
I like it. Bastard.
Yeah.
Well, we got our point back. Oof.
And it worked, huh? Huzzah.
Damn you. Yeah, well, I get out of the way still with that advantage.
So you're having trouble climbing yourself up.
Instead of climbing, I swing.
Yeah, the advantage is that maybe you get yourself into a bit of a swing, so now you're Tarzaning in the middle of this, not the middle, but the offside of this conference room.
long as he's Tarzaning and not George of the Jungling.
I was trying to think of a parody of that song. Wom, wom, wom of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that Wookiee!
I miss Brendan Fraser.
What? I do too. I forgot that was Brendan Fraser.
Pretty sure it was.
What?
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
him.
it was.
He was always good for a laugh. Anyways, I digress. Yeah.
Back to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're Tarzan / George of the Jungle in the cable. And we'll see if Wyos can counter that. I mean, he's got the right tool in hand. What is his actual? Oh boy! All right. So he'll be rolling that. Oh, okay. Wow, I was wrong. So he doesn't cut the cable. He makes a swing at it though. He misses. The advantage is, I think, like a couple of his guys have like dogpiled onto the major and are like resecuring him while this is going on.
No good. Okay. How many is a couple here?
Literally two, I think we'll go with.
Literally two? Okay. I'm gonna try and shoot one. Get the major free again.
I mean, you're swinging from the cable, keep in mind. Unless you want to try to shoot from the cable.
Oh, I'm still on the cable. Oh, okay. I thought, okay.
You haven't pulled yourself up. You're just there.
Oh. Okay, well, I thought you said swing on the cable. I thought you meant from literally swing from here to here, let go, and I'm down again. Okay. I'm on the cable.
No, I think you're still on it. So be this.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay.
No, it would be against theirs. What's theirs again? Light. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So what you're trying to take a shot. So yeah, you're dangling from the cable. What's so you let go to get back onto ground or something else?
I'm trying to decide between a reasonable decision and a very bad decision.
Well, you're already on a roll for bad decisions, so I mean,
I am. This haven't really panned out like I hoped, though.
do you need a percentile dice like Mason does?
That's how I do it.
I could go grab a D20 right now, but I'm only gonna get one shot at this. We might as well. I'm gonna dive onto the Wookiee to try and punch him.
All right. Athletics. Let's see if you can. You see if you. 07's in chat. Actually, I don't like 07. I like the other thing, but salutes in chat.
Salutes in chat, indeed. I'm looking at 2 purple or purple and a red.
Swinging, hitting, 2 purple.
Okay, sounds good. And this would be athletics, not brawl.
Let us land on him, and then you'll have the advantage for your punching after that, so we can determine
like it.
damage.
Boom!
Oh! Ooh!
Triumph, though.
Oh,
I knock his weapon out of his hand, and it goes skittering across the room.
okay. You can use your triumph for a disarm. You land. What does it look like as you swing and land on him, and like give us the whole deal?
I think it's very much he's like as he's coming back on the momentum, he lets go and goes to, like elbow Rios right in the face.
Okay.
While also kicking at his paw with his leg to knock the weapon out of his head.
Okay. So you're,
Right. Some big martial arts movie type thing going on now. It
actually,
reminded once again why Kato is the brawler. But I have a lot of despair there, so
let's see if there's a good art for it. Yeah, I think this would be the picture for it.
I throw it up on stream. Let them see first.
So it would be. Make sure the stream is even.
Oh, that is so perfect. That is exactly right.
So you're forearming the guy. Oh, I just realized this doesn't look good on screen because of how I did the capture thing. But you're forearming the guy, and your leg is like flailed out to the side to like kick.
Yeah. That's probably like the image you give me is like probably post kick after he's like has already come in with it. Like he's kicking his body midair.
Yeah.
Like add the sword off to the far left there in the corner, going whee, and that's perfect.
Add the rainbow-colored armor you're wearing, and add a kind of high squeaking voice in your ear at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. As you're doing the phenomenal forearm off of a cable that dangling from the ceiling. Yeah. Pretty much. So
somewhere in the from the public, one of them just goes shucky ducky quack quack.
Right.
I like maybe 3 people who are gonna get that. Hopefully you were one of them.
Let us know in chat. So yeah, you do that. You land on him, punch or elbow him. You kick the blade away. The threat, I think, will be, because you didn't do the shot. I don't think at the 2 of them. So I think the threat is that they've got Major Sill up again and are moving him towards. I guess moving him towards the other set of door that like Major Sill came in on. So like the other side of the room, and they're going to basically take the long route around to the hangar. So they're continuing their objective while you're having the scrap with Rayos, is the idea.
Who is?
The rest of his Rayos' thugs have got
Right.
the Major and are moving him around to another, like basically the backdrop. Well, I guess you can't really see this right now, so we'll get to it when it matters. But there is other stuff happening in the background. But yeah, now you've kicked the thing out, you've given him a good blunt into the face of your arm. What's the next step? As he's roaring in your face.
I got 2 fists. There's 1 face.
Okay.
I'm punching him. Sadly, I don't have my shotgun, so this is pure unarmed strength right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, all you lose is the shot quality. Like the gloves never gave you any plus damage anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. That is very true. So
You
go ahead with
crit
crit
value too.
what am I looking at in terms of is it 3 purple?
2, you're engaged.
I didn't get any advantage of it. Well, yeah, no, I don't get any advantage. I kicked the weapon away. That's right. What about the threat, though? Oh, the threat was right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Where's my brawl? Yeah, just a straight up brawl roll this time. I got no weapon for him, so.
Nope. I mean, you could use the same thing, but wow.
Nice.
I wanted these on my negotiation. Come on.
Do you punch
Did I
him?
just knock the guy out?
What's your brawn value?
I think his brawn is 3, or is it 4? No, it's 3 because you obviously roll 3 dice. So yeah, you did 4 damage, which will say to the face, so you can't really soak it. So yeah, he took it, Brunton. That won't full on it, but a crit though. Crit could be interesting. Look at what I have for his wound threshold. Yeah. The crit could be. I think you would have to do the proper damage to knock him out permanently, but we could say the crit could be temporary if you want to exchange it and give yourself a few rounds of doing stuff, but he will come back in action instead of permanent.
Absolutely fine.
Okay.
Just pow. Stay here.
Sure. The threat is you're racing against the basically the clock, the meter, like it's filling more and more, and they're bolting away with the major through all the gunfire to the center. You probably see the backs of them as they actually like leave the conference room out the other set of doors that you didn't close.
Sith spit. And yeah. I'm going to charge off full speed after them, and what's Mason and Nard doing?
It's hanging out, shooting dudes. I
Drinking
mean, Nard
some ice, flying a plane in a dome.
Right?
Usual day.
Yeah. Any other objectives you guys have in mind, or do we just kind of roll to see if you do any more damage to the ground troops?
Can you describe the result of our first run through? Did they like jump away now? Is it cleared with the door?
Yeah, you kind of halted a lot of their advance after shooting the other groups that are here. A lot of them now, like, basically ran for cover, proper cover, because now that the enemy has shifted to you guys as being kind of airborne. So they've, hung down behind crates or other parts of ships or fighters or whatever is around them. And, they're probably trying to spray up random shots at you, but, either they don't land or they don't do any significant damage because blaster shots to armor is not
super effective.
No. They'd have to do 11 damage, which if they had rifles, that would be kind of somewhat reasonably doable, but they have to do 11 damage just to do one hull trauma or one hull, whatever it is.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, maybe more than that. What is your guys' hull on the ship? Oh, you only have 1 armor.
Yeah, but we have shields too.
Right.
That we can spin around about. Do you want to do them with the PA system? I need to hook it up again.
How long is that going to take?
A lot longer than me shooting more.
Let your bullets do the talking.
Well, let's see if we can scare them to take defensive positions then. Damage is a secondary, Just fighting, making the clearing.
Well, they are taking defensive positions mostly now. Like, you can keep them in defensive positions if you want, or you can try to still, like, knock their numbers down.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. It's like they can get lucky if they keep on shooting at us. I want them to keep their head down. That's why I'm shooting at them.
Okay.
But yeah, of course, that's also reducing their numbers.
Sure.
Well, same stats.
Yeah. I think everything's. I don't think really too much about the situation. Oh, 1 black die for their cover for actually trying to reduce their numbers and kill any of them.
Sure.
But their numbers are going down anyways. Yeah, we'll say, you're starting to get some good hits. Maybe you found like a cluster of them near like a set of crates or whatever, and you managed to get a good spray into there and like both annihilated the cover and then took them out pretty much in the spray after that. And yeah, you probably gotten them down now to what was the first roll like again? Oh, that was just a 1 success.
Oh, this was actual damage. Cool.
We'll say. Actually, yeah. What is the damage? Is 5. That's 50. Yeah, I guess you got them down to about half. So out of 15, there's probably like 7 or so left in the hangar.
That was a good run. Seems like they're on the verge of breaking completely.
Well, keep hitting them. Good, keep up the good work.
Lizzie, getting through?
He's not answering. It's like 2 weeks. It's like a week ago all over again. God damn it! Why does he not like me?
Look, kid, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's busy here. I'll sweet talk him for you. Hand it over.
Yeah, she gives you a chance to calm.
You hear this through your comm link. You hear, Kato, what the fuck are you doing? Are you dead? You better be dead. That's the only reason you're not answering the phone right now, is you're dead.
And we see Kato still chasing full sprint after those guys running off in the major.
All right.
Didn't think you would die this fast. I thought you would maybe put up a bit of a fight.
know.
I'm a bit disappointed. Anyways, that's the only reason you're not answering the phone if you're dead. Click. And then I throw the comm link over my shoulder back at Lizzie. You can see, there you go. That's how it's done. That'll get on his nerves.
Oh, you just gotta swear at him. All right. Okay.
Something like that, sure.
She picks out and goes, asshole.
Yeah, that's gonna be motivating for your chase scene.
He heard none of that. He's too focused on getting to the major.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's see.
Actually, Mason then said, actually, give it back to me for a second. Give it back to me for a second.
Fine, here.
Is there anything you need me to do up here in the sky? So far, Nard and I have been shooting at the thugs for a little bit. We haven't quite left yet. We can quickly scoop you up if you want.
I don't think there's gonna be much of a difference in reaction here, not till he's well, no, not until his situation had managed to resolve itself.
He looks to his side for a second, puts the thing down, wipes his eye. Yeah, he's dead. Here, kid. And he just takes, he starts thinking. Keep shooting, Nard.
All right, roll astrogation as you guys leave and set a new course for.
Nope. We still have a round left.
Right. Yeah, let's see the athletics. See if you can get caught up to them.
All right, triumphs don't fail me now.
So we'll say they did have a fair bit of head start by the time you get your footing and stuff from all the Rayo stuff. So we'll say like 3 purple.
Fair. Fair is fair. Athletics.
Wow, you're just rolling off of them. Where were these when you needed them more, you know?
They were waiting. They knew this moment would come.
Trying
That's
to
always-
parent
That's all
at the
feels
same
right
time.
now.
It's the
It's
whole
this
thing.
expression.
The dice know. They always know.
Or if you when is that email? I think it's I can't.
I'm not. Yeah.
It's my tier 3 one. Or if you subscribe for tier 3, you can get the emote. Yeah. What do you want your triumph to be?
That's a very good question here. Can I ask what the despairs will be ahead of time first?
Um, uh, I mean, it's really appropriate if it were strain because of you're really pushing yourself to do this. But
I'll take it.
yeah, we'll do strain. I think that this really fits in this case because you're really because I mean you even zoned out your comm link, so like you're taking it to the head. But yeah, that's what it is.
Can I have the Triumph be the Major has managed to wrestle free? He's still absolutely surrounded, but he's got his hands to him again.
Maybe. I mean, I can see you barreling into one of them, and like you maybe get one of them off of his back, basically.
Okay, so I put myself in melee again, but
and you actually get one of them. So he just has to contend with one, which gives him a pretty good opening, basically. And now it's like a more sure-footed 2-on-2 type of thing. Sure.
I'll take that. Yeah, I really like that. I'll go with it.
All right.
Kind of like a double dragon thing going on here.
Sure. Well, let me get what can he punch with here? Don't need the
His hands, hopefully.
You never know. He could have other appendages. Giggity.
You never know.
He's like Chuck Norris. He's got a third fist hidden under his beard.
That's correct.
Except for I had him clean shaven, so he doesn't have a beard to have a third fist.
It's a prosthetic chin.
Now it's cyberpunk.
He's like
Spend
Darth
my
Vader.
destiny point to give him a beard with a fist under it.
Okay.
I'm
Look,
kidding.
He's like Zaphron. He's like a Zaphron. Zaphron from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. His head pops up and there's just a fist.
Okay.
He's just a rabbit.
He swings and misses for his attempt at trying to deal with the one right next to him.
And I shall also swing. 2 purple.
Yep. Look at the wonders. We're not even using the combat grid. Wow. Okay. 4 + 3, so 7 damage minus their soak. What was? Do they have good soak? Kind of. Oh, I didn't put their. Okay. How do you do this? Is because this is the one you shot before, who soaked part of your damage. So how did you bring him down? That is enough.
Walk right to the jaw and he just collapses on the ground.
Okay.
Just straight up right hook.
Okay. Sure thing. Yeah, you do that. He drops like a sack of potatoes on the metal deck plating. Just crumples in, and now it's just the other dude left.
I've got your back, Major.
About fucking time.
I apologize. There was a Wookiee.
It's always a Wookiee, or a Gamorrean, or some overbearing droid. It's always something. And then we'll give him another punch. Give him a try. Connects, does a little bit. Doesn't really do a lot, but he kind of connects. He's barehanded against, he probably glanced maybe part of their shoulder or something, but it's minimally effective. The advantage you get.
Were there gloves on your armor you made, Nard, or is that just the suit, just the torso?
It should be the full Stormtrooper armor.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I guess we'll get the thug a chance to. Oh, all right. Well, this thug's gonna have a hard time because he's shooting.
Melee.
Yeah. So give him a shot. He still gets. Wow, his shot is dog shit.
Well, it can be a triumph.
Misses. So yeah, basically your turn.
You and I'll have to exchange stories sometimes. Sounds like you have a few that might match. Go past my own.
You roll a couple blues. I was waiting for you to say you're gonna punch him again, and then you get a couple blues out of that.
Oh, let me get just what? How?
2 blues
Roll 2 blues.
at the top. Nothing else but 2 blues.
Yep. Oh,
Oh, there's another success at least. Yeah, so you're both kind of like taking turns, like lightly bludgeoning this person. Like he's taking the shot, taking the shots from the two of you. He's not going down immediately though. He's just kind of it's just kind of you know.
I can do this all day.
All right, there we go, Mr. Badass. He tries to shoot again. The shot goes wild. He's getting pretty stressed out to it. Oh no, that's the major. He punches, but actually doesn't even connect. He like swings and it just connects with air. You just hear the whoosh sound.
Now we're back to the other guy.
Yeah, now we're back to the other guy. Now this roll would be accurate. He's missing the blaster shot because it's just using the wrong situation. He's getting stressed out. But back to you, and you can have a blue again because he's still shooting in.
Can I try to disarm him and then hit him with the butt of the gun?
Butt of what gun?
The blaster he's shooting with.
Oh,
Or is it 2 separate guys here?
no, it's just one guy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try
It's an
to
advantage to take a gun though.
It's like a heavy blaster, or is it like just a blaster pistol?
just a blaster pistol.
Like, yeah, so I'm just like gonna grab and like pistol whip him with his own gun.
Okay, let's see the athletics to get the blaster pistol from his hand.
Athletics or maybe coordination sounds like might make more sense.
Okay, sure. Yep,
I have less in coordination, but it just makes more sense.
sure. I don't think it'd be opposed by much. Yeah, just be 2 purple.
Okay. This is gonna end badly.
You're not able to get the pistol from his grip. It's like in all the hecticness, he still at least has that one thing that he can do well is hold on to his weapon. But you get an advantage. You can pass a blue.
I'm gonna pass a blue to the major. Like I've left him open.
Sure. Blue. Oh, he's got another like glancing blow. The catches them on the side. Still taking a little bit to go down though. He's being tough. But he'll pass the blue, the blue back. And you basically are just exchanging, kind of giving each other leverage on your next shots as you're as you're punching bagging this guy.
This guy, I make this guy being like a freaking 6'5" giant of a dude.
Maybe.
Is it even a human, or is it like a? Is it a human, or what is it?
Yeah, I think we can do like a human. He's probably like 6'5". He's a
Arnold Schwarzenegger looking bastard.
Yeah, probably pretty close to that. Like he's a bit of a brick house.
Stallone's less handsome cousin.
I mean, I never really thought Stallone was that handsome in the first place, but sure, go ahead. Shots fired. But
Well, I did say less handsome.
Yeah, but
make of that what you will.
Okay, sure. But yeah, he's a bit of a meat to mountain at this point a little bit. He's a bit of a brick house, so he's taking the shots, and it's just one tick at a time, and he's just you're kind of just he's gonna come out of this at least bruised, but he's like sort of holding his ground essentially.
All right.
But yeah, You can give it another roll if you want.
Is it him first or is it me now?
It would be him to shoot. Actually, I think he probably goes for a punch as well because now he's tired of shooting and basically not doing anything useful. So he will punch back at the Major. Major takes a couple hits. Yep. And
My
now,
uppercut.
all right. Let's see how this goes.
You got that blue, right? 2 purple, 1 blue?
Yep. There you go. How do you
Not
knock?
a threat.
How do you knock him out?
Like just freaking straight up uppercut. He just falls back, lands flat on his back.
Okay. Yeah, the Major like looks up at you, you know, kind of relieved and whatnot. A little bit. He doesn't show it. He's not like pouring with emotions as we've established, but he's like, you know, there is that moment of kind of like the before he gets back to poker face. The threat is, I think you hear, the gunfire winding down in the conference room and the beyond frustrated roar of a Wookiee back at the conference room.
I'll tell you where I learned that one later. I'm gonna grab like the guy's blaster pistol. This isn't over yet.
Yeah, he just kind of looks and he goes, "Yeah, we're not staying here for much longer. This whole position's compromised, little fuckers."
Kato nods, gonna like hand the blaster out to him. Or does he have his own gun?
You take the blaster if you offer it, sure.
I offer him the blaster.
Yeah, he takes it, checks it over, doesn't seem particularly pleased with it. It's like some thuggish, you know, half-assed blaster in like raunchy condition. And then yeah, basically like gestures you to like lead the way.
Where is your ship, Major?
Shuttle's back in the hangar with everything else.
All right. And yep, Kato's like nod and starts making his way down.
He like checks his comms and he's just
I
like,
still have my gun, right? Or
sorry?
do I still have my gun, right? Or would that have been lost during my melee with Wookiee?
I think you still have it.
Okay.
I could have used that as threats, but we didn't. So I think, you know, all the song there was stated, you still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grabs his comm on your leading the long way around and says, you know, like what's the proper term for like a protection team? It's like English. I don't know. He just goes like, you know, like defense teams report in. And there's like no reply. And you hear him just like, son of a bitch.
Any problem, Major?
None of them are reporting any. They're probably all down.
Would you... Mason, where are you?
Matt and I are just soaring above the hangar, doing some damage. How about you? You're
Get
still
back in
alive,
the
by the
hangar
way.
now.
Oh, we're in there. We're just doing some damage.
Good. We have company coming on the board.
More passengers.
Just one.
Yeah, all right. Well, they're not taking my bed.
Of course.
What? I need to have my back in good shape to fly this thing properly. We'll be down in a minute.
All right. Make sure the space is clear. The Major and I will be there soon.
Sounds good. Hey, Nard,
Yes.
we're landing. Give us some cover fire. I'm going in.
Well, one more run through and we should have a landing strip.
Yeah, let's see a gunnery check, and let's see the piloting space, I guess. This is
They're
kind of
both the same for me, so it's all good.
okay. Fair enough. I was trying to think if in case they were different. It's hard to tell with this being in a hangar, but we'll
I think
go.
this is planetary because it's on planet. Oh no, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's on an
Probably small
asteroid.
cars or
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
Because I'm flying on a planet.
Still 2 purple.
Yep.
Still in cover.
Yeah, because you're shooting the people, right? Yeah, you're trying to clear space. Yep, 2 purple.
Swing and miss.
How did that even happen?
I'm not good at shooting.
I got
No.
a triumph. How did I get a triumph and fail? How did this happen?
Because they don't cancel
I
out.
know, right?
So the gunnery, yeah, you spray, you miss. They stay in cover. So the threat is, huh? The threat is, I think yeah, I mean, you probably don't really see this too much because it's like a very subtle thing, but they're basically they changed their formation a little bit. What's in here because now there's kind of a different expectation from communications and whatnot. Basically, they kind of know that they're gonna have to try to re-hijack the major and whatnot. For the piloting, well, the thing is, I don't think you're going to be able to land. It's probably too haphazard, and there's too much commotion to come up with like a safe, in the middle of combat landing.
I'll do you one better.
I,
I'm gonna land, but the triumph is gonna be that I land not so safely on top of the troops that we're trying to kill. Or I slam into them or something.
Okay. Well, it won't be a landing per se. Like you kind of maybe
It's,
come in. And,
Crash.
yeah,
In.
yeah.
You crash in.
Yeah, you basically crash into them because like the failure still has to come through because so you don't get a land, like you don't get your gear out, you don't get like the ramp down or anything stable. You basically just kind of like clumsily just kind of smash into like a group of them or whatever, and
Yep.
and basically paste them underneath you.
Yep.
I need to buff that out later, Mason.
We'll figure it out. Let's just get out of here first.
You-
Are we on the ground yet, or are we still like around the hangar?
You probably crashed.
No.
You probably crashed into the ground. Lissy kind of like pokes her head over your shoulder. And it's like, this is why you don't drink and drive.
I love that.
This is why you drink and drive. And then he stands up. Don't look under the ship. There's all the people we were trying to kill under it. Excuse me. And Mason stands up and he makes his way. He basically clicks the key to open the door. And he's expecting the door to open, though I'm assuming there are things in the way.
Yeah, it did. You didn't really have a landing, so like you don't really have a proper clearance for the ramp to come open very much. Like maybe it's only as clear as like the ship will allow, so it just kind of does this,
Yep.
and isn't able to get to like a ramp down spot. So you're kind of,
Could I crawl out of it?
You can crawl out of
Or
it.
am I gonna have... Sure, Mason will crawl out of it. Very quickly withdraw both of his pistols. What am I looking at?
Well, let's
Roll for it.
let's see a perception. See 2 purple perception.
2 purple perception. Boom. All the threats today, guys.
Yeah, a
Holy
lot
crap.
of threats.
What do you see?
Which we'll get back to and cover after this break. I started break late. My bad. We'll be back in just about 10 minutes, folks. We're going to stretch and do all the necessary. We'll be back to try to finish up the rest of episode 12. And welcome back. Thank you for your patience. This is the second half, probably a shorter half because we did break late, of episode 12 of Star Wars. And madness and chaos is now in the crew's wake. Normal day, normal everyday business for the crew. It's perfectly proper Star Wars as well, so everything's kosher. So Mason, you stepped out of the ship and you see, well, no Quasar Riders in the hangar. You've dealt with them suitably. Not in the most cleanest way possible, but they've been dealt with. The There's still a few in the corridors that are probably like repositioning, kind of regathering. There seems to be like still kind of like there was still some stuff back in the conference room that they're kind of like still recoiling from, sort of. So they're kind of torn between like two fronts, but they're not like actively shooting anybody or anything right now. The threat, I think, is that I think it's like Elsdar is like cornered. Maybe there actually is like, so there's maybe like one or so of them alive, and he's like cornered from getting into his ship and like leaving. Like it's, one of the Quasar Riders that maybe has a bit of a grudge or something, recognized Els and has prevented him from like reaching his shuttle to make a leave.
Okay. So you said there's a couple of thugs barring this man?
Yeah, well, say I just say even just say well, two threats, so maybe yeah, two of them. That's fine.
Okay. Well.
So I started blasting.
Yeah, I'll roll to attack the first guy.
Okay. You'd have to maneuver to get within like medium range, basically, I think. But
yeah, no problem.
And yeah, you're free to take shots.
Yeah, Mason very quickly dash in with his pistols out, and then he'll maybe scoot behind. If there's any boxes or any sort of barrier in the way, he'll scoot behind that and pop out.
Okay.
So would you say 2 purple
Well,
check for this?
if you're dual wielding, it'd be 3. Unless you have that talent that you can spend the stress to reduce it.
Right. I do not possess that. I would like to find that at some point. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For now.
So 3 purple.
We are going to hopefully.
Oh.
You
and you get both hits because you have your 2 advantage. That's what you needed to trigger the second shot. So
2 is that? I thought it was 3.
No, it's pretty sure it's 2 advantage to trigger your dual wield.
Oh, sick. All right then.
What's the damage on your pistols again? They 6 or 7?
Sorry?
Damage on your pistol?
They are. Just one moment. I believe it's 6, but let me just double check for you. Because they're both the same. Yep, 6. I have 2 different pistols.
8 damage.
So 8 times 2, 16.
Yeah, and with the okay, yeah. How do you bring them down? Both of them? Anything?
Oh, basically he'll pop out of cover. He'll just both in the head, and he'll quickly flip the pistols back into his jacket. He'll say, "Get on your ship and get out of here." And then Mason will turn back towards the door.
Okay. Yeah, Els kind of does. He looks and kind of maybe a bit surprised, and kind of, and then goes up into his shuttle and does a very urgent, rapid takeoff. Basically, lights up the engine.
Wait, you getting to his shuttle?
Els, yeah.
Oh, L. Sorry, I'm stupid. Never mind.
It happens. Happens to the best of us.
Yep. Even to me.
So yeah, then yeah, you're free. So what's anything in particular, Mason, you're doing after you drop those 2?
He's going to try and locate the door. Well, he knows where the door is. The door where he left to go to the meeting area. So he's heading towards Cato at this point.
Okay. Cato, how is your trip going?
Where's my trip going? I
The
don't know what obstacles I'm coming across. Hopefully as few as possible. I only have my fists, punch.
what is your priority for your movement to get out of here? Are you worrying about keeping quiet or quick?
Very quick at this point.
All right. Let's see. Let's see the
Unless the
athletic.
major says something different.
Sorry.
Unless the major says something different. I
Um.
figure at this point, we just want to get out of there as fast as possible.
He seems mostly compliant. Not exactly thrilled with the outcome. You know, he clearly just lost a good dozen or so men and women and other genders. But he goes with the priorities of soldier. He knows when, the evac. Um, so yeah, we'll see. Let's see the athletics. Let's see how much the distance you make.
What am I rolling against?
That's two purple.
Two purple. No blue? Oh,
Actually,
purple.
let's see it as
You best. Fair enough.
let's see it as four purple because you're rolling against the Wookiee catching up to you.
Ooh, yeah. I'm using a light side point.
Okay. Luckily the Wookiee didn't have any athletics.
So that's one upgrade from my side.
Yeah.
That's charm, not what I want. Athletics.
Not quite the same. All right. You maybe can catch a glance of him back way down the hall or where behind maybe a turn or something, but you're keeping ahead of him. You're surprisingly capable and athletic for a Nautilin against a Wookiee that is, in a
Here's like I'm taking corners, I'm sliding, I'm running. He's like smashing the walls, punching them, tearing through the room, flipping things as he goes.
yeah, probably pretty much. Yeah, he's in the more of like a Hulk mode,
Yeah.
and you're just like booking it. The
I get away no problem.
Yeah, you're basically clearing them. The threat, I think, is you're putting so much speed into it that like there's a couple people that like bar your path when you're getting close to the hangar, the roundabout path to the hangar. So you're kind of like, you dealt with one problem, but that behind you, but the one in front of you now is kind of there.
I'm gonna charge full speed into the first one and just tackle him and fight him as fast as I can.
Sure. Give me the brawl on that and give me a perception, Mason.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Two purple.
Two purple.
Yeah, for both he has.
Oh shit. Wrong
Okay.
page.
Successfully tackle him.
Boom.
And
Successful perspective.
yeah, we'll just go take the two strain.
Okie dokie.
And you see Kato like around the corner, like coming from like the long route around this facility, basically, and he just barrels into one of these Quasar Rider thugs, and the major's like just behind him, basically.
All right. Yeah. Can Mason take a couple shots at the thugs?
Sure. Again, you'll have to maneuver. You have to get closer in on it, but you can set up for a pair of shots.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah, Mason has no issue walking towards danger.
Yep. I mean, he's got
as long as he can see the danger.
he's got the trench coat. He's got all the style for it now.
That's correct. Which is all the more reason to do it. So he's gonna do it. And we'll fire one shot at each of them. Hopefully, we'll see how we do. Pew.
Oh shit! Yep.
That's a lot of threats, my guy.
Yeah, I think
But
the
it's a hit on one.
no, you can take them both down. Well, if you want with the triumph, if you want to spend the triumph on it, you can. 6, 9, twice. No, you still get them both down, and then still have your triumph. But the threat is that a group sees you from the down the corridor, and they're on the route too. Like you kind of let off the shots, and they like maybe like turned around and are like, they caught a glimpse somehow of the major, and they're like, oh, there he is.
Hmm. All right. Yeah. Well, Mason shoots those guys. So that's my turn.
All right. Anything in particular you
If
want
I
for the
could do it
triumph?
again, I would. Oh, the triumph.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm.
So we now know the name of this episode. It's the Triumphant Salt,
The triumphant salt. Yeah. Yeah.
or the Salted
Um,
Triumph. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's say that he. So the triumph will be. Maybe like one of the guys I shoot was like near a doorway or something, and he like falls and slams onto a button that shuts it behind the two of the guys.
Besides the ones that like aggroed just now, type of thing.
Yeah, so like the Major and Kato get out, and he like slumps and falls onto a button and shuts a door or something.
Oh no.
Oh well, okay. So you could basically cut off the path of the Wookiee, essentially, like behind that way, because it's like there's almost like two paths. So you'd be like here, and there's like a L shape, and Kato and the Major are coming from down there, and then the other dudes are coming from the conference room further back. So you're like at that like intersection of like the corridor. So you
Yeah.
could
So could I shut a door, save like getting Kato and the Major both out, but barring the other people?
sure, done.
Cool.
Yeah, his head
Wonderful.
snaps back, hits like a panel, maybe like connects the positive and negative end of something, and creates a big spark, and then the door just kind of shuts in an abrupt of emergency close, basically. Sure.
Yep. Mason, after shooting both shots, getting the door closed, he just signals with his gun, "Come on!" and he starts running back towards the ship.
Okay.
Kato goes.
All right. You guys get back to your crash landed ship.
Don't mind the landing. I had to be quick. Too quick.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, I dealt with a lot of, let's just talk about it on the ship.
that might be best. Yes.
Crawl
Major,
it.
So you bring the Major into your ship.
yes.
All right. He follows the lead, gets in. He like looks around at the madness and everything, and he's just like, ah, damn it. And he, squeezes in all his bulk and armored glory, gets into your ship, and you close the door that's already just barely open and just kind of like screen it back. And basically, I think we get the image of the ship kind of lifts off and heads out the atmosphere shield, and you clear the asteroid base. Probably with the theatrical background sound of another Wookiee roar echoing in the distance.
Nice.
Along with triumphant Star Wars music.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't play thanks to copyright restriction.
That is correct.
I love that DMCA stuff, right?
Hell yeah.
So awesome.
Dude, it's the best. That's how you run a platform.
Yeah.
You just ban everyone.
Yeah. that will surely make you money. Anyways, yeah, so you get clear. Everyone's on the ship.
No. Duh.
The Major steps forward from the lounge and whatnot, and sure enough, Gleam is probably just in the lounge with just a drink of her own, just kind of sitting there, legs crossed. It's like, oh, more visitors. Well, hello.
Yep. Y'all can get to know each other real well. We got to get going. Yeah. Seat belts, just like last time.
Yeah.
Although the landing will be a lot smoother this time, I promise.
All right, where do you set course for?
Not here. Kato, where are we going?
Head for the edge of the system for now.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We go that way.
Yeah, you get out, you clear the asteroid belt, you're clear. And yeah, what's basically the next step? Actually, probably on your way out, the major is just kind of like he points off as you guys are clearing the asteroid belt to the Nebulon B frigate that was skirting the asteroid belt, and it's just like, all right, just get over there and give me the comms, and I can I can get myself sorted out here. Not that
We will, Major. But first, you and I will need to talk business.
he there's that incredulous moment of kind of like, really? He just kind of goes, oh, is there?
Well, if there's going to be business talks, I'll bring some tea.
The way I see it, Major Seal, you owe me, my crew, a bit of a favor for saving your life.
Oh, great. It's just coming at a cost, isn't it?
I see you're a perceptive man as well as a storied one.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. I guess this is going to be a thing. All right, Mr. Huam. What's the price on my head then, huh?
Nothing more simple than accepting our offer on behalf of our client. 100,000 credits for the pay for the job for the how would this be phrased actually?
For the contract for the job.
Contract, that's the word. 100,000 credits for the contract. And I'm sure I could even talk our client into increasing that by at least 50%. I'm not interested in making this difficult for you, Major. I just want the contract for our client.
Well, let's see the negotiation. Or
I have no more force to spend, do I?
no.
Very stingy about giving it back to us.
Well, just as you say, I was gonna flip, but if you want me to be a bitch about it, I'll just keep it. That's fine. If you want it to go that way.
Ah, I don't know what to say to that. To be perfectly honest, that's your prerogative. Great.
2 reds is what you're up against.
2 red against my roll. Do I have any kind of home turf advantage here?
You
Assist with a cup of tea.
Hospitality assist.
Yep.
Sure, you can have a I guess that could work. Blue, because things did happen. You did do the rescuing type thing. I mean, sort of.
I have a point. I'm not.
Yeah.
This could have gone coercion, but I'm trying to be fair about it. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I could throw a setback for the whole he just lost all of his crew and not exactly in as much of a chatty mood, but I did the flip. We'll just go with that instead. This is the 2 reds.
Fair enough. All right. It said 2 red, 1 blue.
Yeah.
Negotiation.
Yep. Ooh, interesting.
That's new.
That's interesting. So,
the negative crit. We've never seen that before.
The negative crit, yeah. That doesn't come up a lot.
Despair.
That's called a
It
despair.
came up with one of the NPCs last time, but they're NPCs. They don't count.
Yeah. All right, so we know we know you're going to succeed, but something really bad happens. So he's going to agree to it, but he's going to maybe you get a sense in his very low expression face because he's very poker face generally. But you get the sense that as he goes, all right, fine. I'll go back on what I said because you guys saved me and everything. And I'll take it from who are you here from on behalf again?
Cato will smile, extend his hand out for him for the major to shake, and he'll start giving him the details during the handshake and forward.
Yeah, maybe it's in the handshake then. Maybe it's in how that shake doesn't feel fully genuine, that you get the sense that he's going to fuck the deal in some way. Lay it down the road. Like you get the sense that like this whole thing put a really sour taste in his mouth, and now it may not really happen as he on his side of it now. Like he even promised.
Are you doing this right near Mason?
There's not a whole lot of room on the ship.
True.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I guess y'all did come to the cockpit when I was like, "Where are we going, Cato? Where are we going?"
If I had taken the carrier, we would have a lot more room. I could have these secret meetings.
Mason's gonna shout out, "Are you really gonna make this guy take a deal after he just lost his whole platoon?" As somebody who fought in the war, Major, I'm sorry.
Oh, you fought in the war, huh?
That's right.
Where were you stationed?
I was a pilot. Look, the landing was bad. I get it. But I was in a rush, and there was guys with guns blocking the door. So I got rid of the guys with guns blocking the door. It's fine. The ship still works. But yeah, I was in piloting. Sorry.
So you're saying you were once a red leader.
Something like that.
All right, Flyboy. I appreciate that.
No worries. I've been on the ground before, sir, but I was mainly in the sky.
Well, there were plenty of times when things were the worst of the worst that it was the Flyboys that decided whether we had a good time or a bad time on the ground.
I'm well aware, sir. That's why I, generally speaking, if I was able to land, I did. Gracefully or not.
Let's just say I won't put you on a recommendation list after that, but
Hey, neither would I. And as far as I'm concerned, unless my name sees any sort of bureaucracy, Empire included, the better.
yeah. Bureaucracy. Another thrilling word.
Yes, sir. I'm sure you're very familiar.
Mason, go ahead and head us over towards the frigate. Major, if you would like, we will work out the rest of the details in the lounge.
All right. Hey, you head into the lounge where Gleam is there with her drink.
Cato leads the way, and yeah, like I imagine, like there's that's when we like cut away to like the outside of the part of the ship, heading towards the Republic cruiser.
Do you do it in the presence of Gleam?
That's actually a very good question. I like motion to see if like Gleam would like to leave.
It's kind of hard to have a motion of if she would like to leave because she's already kind of sitting there with a drink and whatnot kind of in hand. So it's like kind of an order or not. Or a recommendation. Okay. Yeah, she kind of just does the, oh, I take it you two would prefer some quaint privacy. And she gets up and she goes, all right, I see if I'll find Lizzie around for more conversation. pokes her head around to try to find the Williker young lady.
Ah, good. They are on first name basis.
Okay. Yeah, you sort out the details, and doesn't take too long. Most of it's handing over contact information and information, basically that Baggett handed to you, like kind of like the once the deal is sealed, just give him this. Um, Again, he's not particularly thrilled, but whatever. And then comes time, he eventually gets up, heads over to the cockpit. He comms over to the frigate, gets clearance for you guys to land, and you make a land into their hangar, and he basically heads to depart, unless there's anything else that you say or do before he goes and rejoins the rest of the Republic.
Yes, I bombed the entire ship. This is my plan all along. No.
Who needs a light cruiser when you can take a frigate?
Yes. But yeah, no. There's nothing. There's nothing more special Kato does. I guess if there's anything that Baggett would need us to like follow up once the meeting is done on our end, he'd be working on that.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably have to send him a message, like call him back to him.
Yeah. Other than that, he's like smiling, waving the major off. Pleasure doing business with you, Major.
Mason throws a quick like salute at him.
Yeah, I think the major kind of receives it, but as he goes down the ramp and unites with some of the aides and other Republic personnel, he kind of does the head sinks, and you see him because you're out of like earshot, but you see the expression as he like explains some stuff to some people around them, and then they all kind of just do the when he gives them the obvious news that the platoon is just gone. And it's not exactly, a thrilling send off per se, as the ramp comes back up on your ship and you guys leave the frigate.
Like, yeah, even Kato's face becomes a little more dour when he realizes what they are talking about.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well, Kato, I like to see how you're going to make profit, giving him an opportunity to earn 50,000 even more than you were cleared for to begin with. Our profit margin on this shouldn't be too high.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, the part of the deal, as I understood it, was that whatever was left would be our profit margin, and you expect our employer to pay even 50,000 more.
Oh shit! I was.
He's got a point.
I forgot that. How the hell do you expect us to make this deal at all? What? Like, was it like 50K? Toydarians.
Well,
I have full confidence in you.
it's in Baggett's hands now. If Baggett fucks it up, that leaves us alone. Ideally. Hopefully.
So shall we turn our attention to getting Gleam back home?
We should.
Yeah, let's do that.
And I cannot wait to spend a couple of days, if there is no trouble at Neon.
Wouldn't that be fresh? No trouble at Neon. Yes, that'd be swell.
Wouldn't that just be amazing? All right. Do you set course for Neon, or do you make alternative plans?
Let's get Gleam back home. That's goal number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Kato can talk some money out of her too.
That's not a bad idea. He'll approach the Gleam about that at some point in the trip, but he's also going to like spend a bit of time trying to reach out to other contacts. Like start putting out feelers to find like art collectors in the black market.
Oh, okay. Um, fair. Remember, you have to do comms now before you jump if you want to do any of that stuff now, or wait till later.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it now before we calm out.
Okay. So do you? So what's the? So you put out feelers, and what was the other thing again?
Well, the other thing's just talk with Gleam about talking out
Oh,
some
okay.
money with her. Yeah, it's like finding out, putting out feelers for the art dealers, having given them like contact information. The more how did I write it down my notes here? The more black market, the better.
Hmm. Okay. Um, let's see. I guess how do you put like do you put it through like um black site feelers like ads and whatnot, or is it like very public channel but you try to like code the language to mean certain things like kind of a thieves can't type thing? Like how is that approach of the feelers?
I think that I think it's a very open thing, like very open, very Craigslist sort of ad. But the kind of requested requirements for and credentials asked to be seen in regards to it are a bit more prohibitive, a bit stricter.
All right,
Like after certain identifying qualities that the kind of person he's looking for would be more likely to have than others.
sure. Um, all right, let's streetwise it then. Do
Yeah.
two purple streetwise, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll get a sense of the feeler success.
All right. Two purple streetwise. Baboom.
All right. I'll have to keep that. I'll have to keep that noted down. So you have some decent feelers out, and we'll eventually bring that up when it comes more relevant. And yeah, so we see the shot. Oh, let's see the astrogation.
I'll help. I want me to do it.
Whoever's good at astrogation, do the astrogation thing. I'm good at flying. Not good at planning where to go.
Tell me difficulty for identification.
Um, I'll do two purple.
Of course, I fail.
All right. It's going to be a bit of a long trip. We're going to put like a number of days on this one. I mean, you can stop along the way, so you have that option. So I mean, I can even bring us back to the star chart. Let's zoom in a bit for the sake of the stream.
Taking a while for it to load on my end. I see fuzzy white and blue lines. We here.
Yeah. See there, so you can stop along basically, your route that goes out this way. So if you want to stop along like Kashyyyk, ironically, there it is right there. Then yeah, you can always do that if you want, but this is going to be a bit of a lengthy journey. The course laid in is, part turbulent and not very efficient essentially. So there's gonna be some time to this trip. So we're probably looking at like a good week.
Just for the kicks and giggles of it, I'm gonna blame our busted door for it.
Okay, sure.
We probably have to take a detour and get that fixed before we go on any lengthier journey. Mason.
We can probably get it fixed on Neon. Door's fine. It's fine.
Barely fine.
Look, I crawled out of it. It's fine. To get us to Neon, it's fine.
But I don't want it to just open up when we're in hyperspace.
It won't. It's got a lock on it. I didn't bust the lock. doors may be a little bent, but it's not broken. If the door was busted, we'd all be in space right now and we'd be dead. All right. So worry not, your head, Nard. Worry not.
No, no, sure. I'm just the mechanic telling you that we have a busted door, and you say, "Don't worry." Fine, fine. You know the ship better than me.
I do know that flying in space with a busted door is not possible because we would be getting sucked into space right now. That much I do know. But yes, you're right. We do need to get the door fixed. The landing did not help the door in any way. We should definitely get it fixed. It was already kind of a mess before I landed on it. It was already like sometimes it would jam halfway down. Doors needed to be fixed for a while. But now now it really needs to be fixed. So we should totally get it fixed now. We've just been waiting for a reason to get it fixed at this point. And I think I gave us a good reason to get it fixed.
I mean, telling me is better, but of course, capital is also a thing we always need. Nothing is
Yeah.
free in space.
No, money is a problem. I mean, I wish we could just walk up to somebody, hand them that weird thing, and just say, "Hey, fix the ship. This thing looks real cool." But nobody wants to take the damn thing. So
No, that's. We know of who would like it, but I don't know that we want them to have it.
yeah,
It's
we're
a
not
whole
giving
mess.
we're not giving it to the Empire.
No, and well, I'll keep on cooking then, I guess.
Fair enough. I will see. Let's see if we can get the thing fixed for a reasonable price on Neon. Maybe owe someone a favor. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I think Khajiit is on our way. Kashyyyk, yeah, sorry. They have resources that Neon don't have.
I suppose, though. May as well just hit up Neon. We've already plotted the course. We're on our way there. And plus, Gleam's got to go there. Why not kill two birds with one stone? Get the ship fixed, drop off Gleam. Make some money in Neon, true. Maybe make enough money to get the thing fixed. You know?
I think
See
there's
if-
money in Kashyyyk too, but I don't have any particular reason to want to go there.
Are you sure you don't have any particular reason to want to go there?
Just a nagging suspicion. But no,
Suspicion. Why the suspicion?
um, oh,
You afraid of
it's
Wookiees or
it's
something?
probably nothing.
All right, well, I'm all for your suspicion theories. It's gonna be a long journey, so if you need someone to talk about your theories with, you do know where to find me. But
Oh,
I think the door will make it.
the thing is, I've installed the ice machine and built your bar. I've hooked up the robot with a place to power up and power down.
That's right.
Made sure we have spacesuits available. Uh, even install the freaky game table for the captain.
Yes.
But he's occupied most of his days trying to wrangle Gleam for some money, I think.
Well, I think he's got a good enough excuse as any to wrangle her now. We did just save her skin.
Yeah, and then we have Lezik. And I don't think either of us really know how to play the game, so.
Well, the Zeke is Kato's problem. I just want to keep her safe.
Yeah. Talking about Piglet, do you think she is special?
I think so.
Because I was in the mainframe at the asteroid belt, and I found out some disturbing news that there are many factions looking for special kids, and they're kind of sold off like weapon labor. to all kinds of factions.
Yeah. All the more reason why we're keeping Lyseek close.
Makes me think about the children we met in Nar Shaddaa, though.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? I was thinking about getting in contact with that guy because he told me to get in touch with him if I wanted to learn more about what I've been experiencing. But yeah, I don't know. either that guy is a fantastic liar and secretly a creep, or I don't know. I don't know, Nard.
Well, actually, you have any gin left? I can just have one and think about space for a while. That would be great.
Yeah, we got lots. Go for it.
Well, you like to mix your drinks and have a bit of a thing for it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like to mix
Nord
drinks
is
around.
more of a bartender type, so he's really about shaking and mixing and stirring and doing all kinds of things with the drinks.
Nice. Whatever you're making for yourself, make me one. And
It reminds me of my earliest job.
bartender.
Yes, I was a busboy.
Ah, right on. Well, doesn't remind me of my first job. My first job was. You know what, Nard? Guess what my first job was? How old? I'm not too old, by the way. What do you think my first job was?
No, human customs, you're weird. Probably pole dancer.
Close but no cigar. Pilots for the army. Thank you.
I guess. Taking a lot of piloting lessons gives you the option to only be the pilot, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
I had to learn to fly the hard way.
thing is
The
about
water
being
way.
a pilot, it's you need to have a good head on your shoulders, and you need to have gotten good grades when you were younger. So, at least I was smart when I was younger.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. You're pretty smart. You do amazing things with what you're given.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, yeah. When you're done with making that drink there, I'm gonna just take a minute for myself
That's
and
sweet.
probably be hanging out in the lounge for a bit, seeing as the ship's on autopilot.
I'll pour the drinks and we'll spend some moments just being quiet now, thinking about other stuff.
Roll an easy medicine check. 1 purple.
Easy bench. Sure. There we go.
Oh, you make some good drinks.
Yes, I do.
All right. Awesome. They're probably strange. You know, I don't know if you mix anything that's like we would be familiar with. So it's probably like some Besselis drink. But it turns out to be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still only have the option of using the things that is in the bar, so I can't do something super strange like some slug ooze or
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got pretty normal contents, normal liquids, the average bar, with like a couple of like maybe interesting liqueurs.
Yeah, I think we just kind of as you guys pour your drinks, and I don't know if you guys do the clink between your glasses or anything like that, but
No.
I think as you pour your drinks and get the hand, you just hear Lissy go, Now they're both drunk.
Kid, I have a tolerance that I've acquired over a very long career of drinking.
Tolerance because I'm a big guy.
And he's big, so he can easily take 10 of these. Right? 10? You got a good tolerance, nerd?
Yeah. I can't. I'm not
Yeah.
as our Lizzie is. She could probably drink like 5-6 bottles without getting poisoned.
What?
I heard
don't
about girls
know.
like you on planets less savory drinking men bigger than me under the table.
She just gives you water. I just like, what? What are you talking about? I can't do that. I mean, he can't either, points at Mason. He drank and almost crashed the ship.
Look, that was okay, it wasn't on purpose, but I did want to land. I landed. And the ship is still okay. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're in okay shape for now. Right? I looked in art, right?
And she's just kind of like, oh my god, now I need a drink. Like hold out
No,
her
you
hand,
don't.
hold out her hand expectantly.
No, you don't have to. If you don't want to, don't feel pressured.
Well, I can't be the odd girl out. If you two are drinking, I gotta drink. Actually, give me
You
another.
can drink water. It's a drink.
Water's not fun.
Sure it is.
When's water been fun? You mix
Well,
stuff with water.
No, actually, you just drink water just how it is. Drink water. Refreshes your system, wakes you up a little bit, makes you feel good. Those are all things that allow. Well, sorry, water itself isn't fun, but it kind of facilitates fun. You know what I mean? It puts you in the right mindset, physical set. You know, like don't look at me, kid. I'm an alcoholic. If I'm praising water in front of you and you're not listening to it, it just looks bad, all right?
Right, yeah.
So that's my 2 cents. Whatever they're worth.
Nope. Lost Andreas for a moment. Kato, what is your conversation with Gleam look like? Or do you wait a few days for it before you like kick off? So I assume this is like relatively early into just hitting hyperspace.
Yeah, maybe like a day or so. So how exactly did the money transfer with Baguette work there?
He gave like a transfer code basically. And then so presumably like the major would make the request and then Baguette would authorize it.
Okay.
Like almost like a reverse money transfer.
Well, hopefully everything goes well with Baggett.
And Gleam is an information broker first and foremost, right? That's her job.
Seat warmer second, as it turns out.
See if she has skills for this. Gleam, I mean to cash in the favor you asked for getting you off of Neon.
Oh, this is rather early for this request. I expected this to take days, weeks before something like this would arrive. What has caused such urgency, Mr. Huam?
Call it a miscalculation, if you will. Call it a gamble, if you must.
Okay. Gamble, likely. We'll go with that.
This code will give you access to a money transfer from a client of ours to the Galactic Republic. I want you to use your contacts to find someone who could hack into that, intercept it, and divert some of the pay to us.
Oh,
As discreetly as possible, Gleam.
this is quite a rather startled presentation. You were going to stiff your client.
Stick the client? No. The Republic? A little bit. With any luck, you can find someone to make it look like a malfunction in the system. Credits lost to the void. It happens from time to time in the banking clans, I hear.
I suppose these are rather uncertain and turbulent days that everyone is partaking in. So I suppose that would be minorly, but potentially believable. You have something against the Republic, Cato.
No, I just have to make sure my people can eat.
Oh, that old situation. That never ceases to arise time and time again. Stealing for survival.
Do you have anything more to add to that, Gleam?
Oh, I suppose it does change my perspective of you, though. I didn't quite thought of you as someone who needed to do such things for their operation to succeed. You were always very boisterous and sure about how well you can manage, and now this goes against such speech and philosophy. Perhaps it's just nothing, though. It's just simply my perception of you. It's neither here nor there. I am but just a single person in a galaxy of trillions upon trillions.
I have my reasons for this, Gleam. In your line of work, I'm sure you'll find out what they are sooner or later.
Very well. I can see what I can do when we get to Neon, and I can try to coordinate some resources towards this request.
When you have it lined up, let us know.
Very well. Is there anything that will be done about the condition of the atmosphere in this ship? It is getting rather cold.
Kira kind of like looks up in the direction of the cargo hold. You get used to it. Like stands up and departs.
Okay.
Are we in hyperspace? We're still hyperspace right now, right?
Yeah, you're definitely a hyper. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Got a whole nice week of being in each other's company.
We're stopping at one point, though, right? If I heard correctly, or is that
There
plan
was
scrapped?
They discussed it, but I don't think any agreement was made to do any stopping at Kashyyyk or anything.
That's fair enough. All right, yeah.
So, I guess kind of what is everyone doing during the week? Besides some, probably a little bit of R&R, clear any stress or wounds that you have, or at least up to 7 wounds.
Okay.
Okay, clear my stress. Strain.
That completely clears me up
Yep, same here.
at last.
So yeah, what do those 7 days look like? What's Mason doing for 7 days?
Um, mostly his usual fare of the alcohol-induced sleep. But when he's not doing that, and when he is awake and sober, he's gonna be trying to uh, elicit those strange feelings from himself again.
Okay.
Via various stimuli.
What did we have
Whatever.
before? I think it was a discipline roll, I believe.
I believe so.
Sure. Do 3 purple. Make it a hard discipline. We'll see.
Yeesh.
Up the creek without a paddle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I think it's probably like a reverse feeling. Like it's not so much like you're trying to like have the calm, you're trying to have the quiet, and on top of being potentially, kind of, sort of, almost somewhat drunk at various times, and it's difficult because you don't really get like the special feeling of like getting a sense of anything around. You actually kind of get like an opposite sense where it's like it's almost like your senses are actually even less effective than even just your normal sober sense. Like you lose that, like like how you have that peripheral sense if you get a sense of someone near you, like just kind of like the subtle sound or feeling of like the air movement disturbance. You don't even get that. Like you're feeling like really dull, and you're like sure that you haven't had this when you were drunk before. Like, it's not just drunk dull. This is like am I deaf drunk dull? Like, you're like, what the fuck? Like you feel really suffocated for your senses.
Interesting. Well, that's unsettling. He will I guess the first day then he'll try that on like the first day, and then later on he'll just try to do it sober, and then if that doesn't work, then he'll just be like, fuck it, I don't even know what I'm doing. And then, I don't know.
Someone roll me Lissy's discipline.
I'll take care of that.
Actually, I actually kind of hurt my ear hitting my headset
Oof.
when I went like that.
Yeah.
Just raw discipline roll, or
Uh,
3 purple. You mean?
yeah, 3 purple discipline. Yeah.
Oh, let me set this up properly. Where the heck is there? It is.
Okay. Um. So Lissy doesn't mention, and like, because I'm presuming that she's having conversations with Kato, pretty much most of the crew, I think, at this point. Anybody on the ship, I think. I don't think there's anyone she's particularly away, but at no point in any of the conversation does the whole having bad dreams come up. Like, she seems to actually be getting relatively normal sound sleep, more or less. So that never comes up in conversation anymore, the whole cloaked figure thing. The threat is probably like there's probably plenty of moments where during certain days, especially when like everyone's kind of preoccupied, where she like seems to just like hover around the outside of the cargo bay.
At one point, she bumps into Kato coming out of it as well.
Hey boss.
Zek, what are you doing over here?
I don't know. Stuff. This side of the ship really bugs me, but I don't like to just ignore it.
I'm sure it is nothing. It's cold, but
Like, what is it? What is in there? It's not the ship that's cold. It's something making it cold.
we brought something on board a few days ago. Not days, weeks ago.
Week and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. It's been messing with our systems. We'll be rid of it soon enough. Hopefully, soon after we get the neon.
Oh,
Neon.
what are you gonna do with it?
Sell it off to whoever wants to buy it. Could be worth something. It's old.
But then they're gonna be cold.
They can figure out. Perhaps they have a better way of dealing with it.
I don't think you get it. She just gets she just walks off.
He like takes another kind of very slow look back into the cargo hold, then closes the door.
All right. Do you teach her any business stuff or anything like that during the week?
Actually, that's a good question. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
any in
Barring this, he does. God. I think he goes over like a few kind of negotiation strategies here and there along the way.
Okay.
Like how to spot tells when someone's lying, how to.
Do you like go over the negotiations over the Major Sill thing? Like maybe like since she was there, go over remember this moment, remember that.
Yeah, use some examples like that. You kind of explain what his reasoning was behind waiting off and how he was able, how he kind of wound everything he kind of figured up into that little bit of speech he gave to the major after that.
Yeah, she's very interested in how you came up with that. If that was like something you had said before, or like that definitely is a thing.
It's a skill you learn in time. Eventually, the right words, the right ideas, a little bit of practice here and there, it all comes together after a while. It's as natural as breathing.
Roll your leadership against 3 purple.
Yep, alright. 3 purple. You like 3 purple.
That's her cool. You know how well she absorbs this. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so you're teaching her. She's getting it. The threat is probably like a lot of really like tough questions come up, like you know, if it weren't for all this like rescuing him type deal, like, how were you supposed to win that negotiations? Since technically you hadn't, right? If it had gone ahead just normally without any disruption or gunfight. So it's kind of like how were you supposed to win that?
Had the major not needed our assistance, I would have stepped in, concocted a better reasoning, tried to poke the reasons why they shouldn't trust the Black Sun, and hopefully that would work. There is, unfortunately, a good bit of chance that goes into this line of work. You learn how to spot when to take those risks.
Oh, so it's not like a gut feeling thing?
It is, and it isn't. Did you ever run across rooftops as a child? And as you're coming to the edge, your gut tries to tell you whether or not you can make the jump?
Kind of. Supply crates, not really rooftops.
How many times were you wrong?
Um, hmm. Yeah, she just looks you dead in the eye and goes, "Never. I always knew. I always had the right feeling of when I was right." He just kind of, I don't know. I always just knew.
The key thing to learn is to trust you, is when to know the difference between being able to tell you are right, be able to tell you are wrong. Perhaps that's something you already know.
Hmm. I listen to my gut all the time, and it never really does me wrong.
Then you know when to trust it.
Hmm. All right. And yeah, Nerd. What is Nerd's week looking like?
Oh, it's a lot of same old, making sure everybody gets their drinks and their meals in time. Yeah, I've been a little bit worried about the whole ship not really holding up to the standards we want. But mostly actually not doing much because I don't have resources to do anything.
Okay. Does the during idle chit chat or anything like that, does the attempt at bribery from the Black Sun for the with the light cruiser ever come up, Kato? Or do you keep that snuffed out?
Uh, what again?
The fact that the Black Sun tried to bribe you about the with the light cruiser, does that ever come up with an idle chatter? That they like, do you ever say like, and then the Black Sun, they
Oh
tried.
yeah, it does actually. I do say that they tried that.
Okay. I think
What
Mason.
did you say?
I told them we weren't for sale.
Well, I mean, we are for sale. We're just not
Ah,
for sale with them.
Yeah,
for
my
sale, for bribe, fair enough distinction to make.
Mhm.
Besides, what would we do with a ship that big? There's 3 of us.
That's true.
it's not that big. It's just real clunky. And from what I know, it doesn't have hyperdrive, so it would just be a really slow chip.
And there you are. What are we going to do without the hyperdrive?
Yeah, it seems
Well,
like he answered
we could
the
install
question.
some, and then we're back to business.
So we sink cost into installing a hyperdrive. We sink cost into hiring more crew to help man this ship. Increase fuel costs. Meh. Perhaps balanced out by increased space for storage. A lot more investments than I think we could handle right now.
Yes.
But
Talking about the investment, though, we really need to find more scavenge somewhere to pick up.
we do. That is right. These odd jobs have been paying well.
Had they?
So far, yeah. Made a few thousand credits recently.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I have a big family. Catalan. They they need more than the scraps we have gotten so far.
Understood, Mad. I'll try to find a proper blue milk run for us. Smooth sailing and good pay.
Do we have any intentions maybe going back to that war zone we went to find the robot for the chick? I mean, for
Bag it.
Baggett, because I think there's more there to find,
This
or
is
at
cool.
least try to sell those coordinates to better scavengers. I mean, there was a lot of ships that were of both hut make and of well, the
Imperial.
Bankers Guild made and Imperial.
If we don't want to sell those coordinates, I think we should have first pick at what's there. It's only fair after all.
Yes, and now that we have spacesuits to walk around, we can actually take a look.
A proper job then.
Well, maybe it's just an idea, but of course, getting rid of our current cargo must take priority. I think it makes some of our crew a little bit nervous. Clearly, like pointing out that it's Lizzie I'm talking about, but not saying her name right now.
That. I'm working on getting rid of it. Once we get to Neon, hopefully, I'll have some word to share.
Also talking about the unspoken one in the room. While we were at the base, the asteroid field, I hacked into those computers, and there's a lot of chatter about huts, and actually anybody searching for people that are special. And there's a huge black market for people that are special. It's quite lucrative, but it worries me some. Especially since we had contact with your friend. They're talking about him maybe selling people.
You're talking about Hood there?
No, I'm not talking about Hood. I'm talking about the
right,
your best friend.
Right. God, what was his name? Haral.
Earl, yep.
Haral.
It might be that that was the kind of business he was looking into getting into. I wish we knew more.
Maybe
I know
we can-
also that this is a big fight and maybe not the fight that we want to take, but
That is true too, but when we get to Neon, I'll try to get back in contact with Haral. See what more he can tell me about the job. Just anything more.
we don't really have to go back to Baggett either, do we? The deal is done and he only has to be informed.
Yep. Yeah, yep, Cato nods at that. We'll work on that as well when we get to Neon.
Yep. Make sure we get some credits free because the ship is a bit banged up and I need to actually make some work that maybe my forehand's isn't enough for.
Okay, Lords. I'll make sure you have everything you need. Not. Is there anything specific you would make a list?
A lot of Dura plastic and paper, I guess.
Consider it done.
Dura done.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of episode 12.
That makes the end of the whole series.
We're Dura done.
Dura done.
Ending on a pun.
Ending on a pun. Thank you all for being here. Very much appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed Star Wars. I'm going to get this stuff up on YouTube soon. Keep saying that. I got to do it. At least try to figure out all the stuff around it. Aside from that, I'll be back Wednesday. I don't know fully with what yet. There's a kind of a lot of plates spinning, and we're kind of see kind of where that goes, because we might actually finally get into No Pixel, or it may just be more Dragon Ball's universe, because I'm still kind of enjoying mostly that, if the online matchmaking would actually work, because there's some weird bug I'm involved into or whatever. Make sure to check out Fantastic Fiend on his own Twitch channel. He plays the fuck out of everything. Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be probably especially when Pokemon news comes out, I'm sure we'll see another Nuzlocke run or whatever from Yaz leading up to it and all that type of stuff. He also has a YouTube channel, the same name, where he posts random videos of complaining about things. I'm just joking. Reviewing things and other content. Check him out. And like I said, we'll be back with Star Wars next Monday.
One last thing for me here.
What?
Though under the gun, the one pun of Duradun was fun. Good night, everyone.
Oh, damn it.